everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I am the host with the most, Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I am the beast with the least.
Well, you two, Kara.
Oh, baby! I'm Brownie.
Yeah. Kara looked at me.
I was like, what do I even say to that? I wanted to think of something snarky, but I couldn't think of anything snarky fast enough, so it just was, I'm Kara.
There's not a whole lot that rhymes with second or middle either.
Oh,
so.
I know. Well, welcome to Rise of the Printer Cast, because our life has been taken over by 3D printers.
Jeremy started it all, and now everybody and their mother owns a printer.
Chris started it.
Well,
Chris started it, trust me.
I suppose. Bringing your printer here, and yeah.
You're blaming me.
Yep, absolutely.
Why not?
It's his fault.
It's fun.
So if you can tell me what video game this is from, there'll be a little surprise in it at the end of the show. Yeah.
Hold on. What surprise?
I was going to say, have we talked about this?
I'm going to send a gift card to the winner for $5 to Caribou.
What if they don't live in a place that has Caribou?
I was going to say.
Starbucks.
He's going to send you a $5 gift card to Caribou, and if you don't live in Minnesota, well, that just sucks.
So comment down below what video game. If you need a close-up later on, let me know. This was printed by the lovely 8R0WN13.
That's me.
Very good job, Chris. Very, very good job. Very fun.
This is like baked on.
I'm sure it is. That's been on there a hot minute.
I think it's been on there for like a year.
When did we move from the old studio? Okay, here's the thing. When did we stop doing the Lego build challenges? Because was that like 2 years ago?
It was, when was that? Matt Rass was, no, okay, so when did, it was right after COVID. It was right after,
almost 2 years.
Who's Trog to Flight?
Tro Firelight, that's Jim.
Jim!
What?
Amazing. Jim subscribed for 2 months.
Nice.
Jim, woo! You get the dinosaur seal of approval.
And we know that it's that Red Hot Prime sub that everyone gets for free with Amazon Prime and should use on Rise of the Podcast.
I use mine on Rise of the Podcast.
Also, actually, I'm going to grandstand for a minute here as I'm standing and leaning by my desk as I'm trying to clean this. I want to say hi to John from Miners National Bank, because he was gracious enough to check out our channel after I talked about it while we were at lunch. And thank you for lunch again, by the way, John.
Oh, nice.
And he said he was going to try and tune in. So if you are tuning in, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this pre-recorded, sorry you couldn't tune in, but thanks anay. So I just want to say hello.
Nice.
There you go.
And if you're anywhere that does banking, you should check out Miners National Bank.
It was just Jim. It was just no shooting required. No shooting required. Oh, the distance really makes him hurt a lot less.
You should bring it up here.
Yeah, no, Chris was shooting Jeremy and me from what, 10 feet away?
I'd say it's probably about 15-ish.
Wow, look at how good that fits down this 3D printed gun from what thing?
Nobody has guessed what game this is from?
No.
Come on, guys. Come on.
I do want to say hello to Cam. Hello to Guardian is Ash?
Al.
Oh, Al.
Look at
I knew it started with A.
how this dart blends in with the color of the...
That's funny. Is this watermelon red?
So it's lava red. I thought it was watermelon. It's
lava red. Ooh.
We're going to go to the super wide for a minute.
Okay, anyways, I want to do a shout out for Cam as well. Cam invited us out. We had dinner with Cam tonight, and Cam, thank you so much for dinner. My goodness, I am stuffed. We went out to Cloud9, a local all-you-can-eat sushi place, down in Canal Park here in Duluth, and I will tell you what, I ate so much sushi. And then, guys, I tried something new. Chris, I ate roe.
That's hilarious, because that's one of the things we're making a bunch of money on in Stardew right now.
You guys are making money on roe caviar?
Yep.
Nope.
So the taste was excellent.
Was the texture really disconcerting?
The texture was like chewing little water balloons. So they like the shells snap like a water balloon,
how did it smell?
It was gushy. It smelled like fish.
So you got the fish smell, the gush of a water balloon, and then apparently a good taste.
You got that fish smell, gush of a water balloon. Anyway.
I'm curious. So right now, Chris is stroking the wheel back there. Oh,
this is done? Ridiculous. I didn't think it was going to take this long to take apart.
Like, I wonder, did you try using just a dry erase marker?
Yeah, it's not doing anything. I'm doing
Windex. Jeez.
This is just water.
Just water. Oh,
so
just
we're going
water.
to just take a tangent, and we're going to talk about some 3D printing stuff. This is the first time I've actually got to see these in person. So the 3D printing, the 3D printing bug has been going around like crazy. So David, C. Sam Fisher, you can check out his Twitch channel. He's been streaming his 3D prints, and here's the Stormtrooper. Check that out, Kara. And here is this beautiful Master Chief.
Nice.
These look really, really good. I really like this Master Chief. So then here is David's version of the gun, which you can probably tell what it is in blue. Oh, dude.
Red, blue. Red, blue.
Oh, actually, I want to try that.
Okay, I'll be right. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that's satisfying. We put magnets in them. Oh,
So
that's nice.
I definitely want.
We just need the rubber bands.
I definitely want you guys
Chris
to
wants to see
3D
it.
print me Master Chief's armor.
One horrible project at a time.
After you're done with Jeremy's, because we're going to celebrations, so that needs to be done first.
Helmet scale wise, the helmet that I printed for Jeremy, is that too big for you, or is that about the right size for you?
Me?
Yeah, that clone helmet.
I think that was too big.
Okay.
So she would probably be at scale or maybe 5%.
Pinhead Larry over here.
Yeah, I know. Look at this. Turned out wonderful.
Jeremy just has an absolutely massive noggin. I'm sorry.
Should we show this off, Chris?
Yeah.
So
this print, 90 hours.
On just this piece, right?
Yep.
Unbelievable. Let's see if I can fit my glasses in. It does fit my glasses in there.
Just like Jeremy in real life, the dome has problems.
You really can't tell a difference.
There you go.
It's like somebody shot a saw blade at you.
Oh my gosh, so the light right here makes it look like he's got one of the distance
The
things.
targeters or
Yeah.
whatever.
It didn't cut my hair, did it?
Watch your eyeball.
So, Jim, I think you already knew the answer to this.
It works.
How loud is that in there?
Very loud. You really can't tell a difference whether the lid's on or off.
If you take your glasses off, it'll be easier.
Yeah, here you go, Kara.
Yeet. Just kidding.
Brad said, I thought ghost guns were illegal.
Are they? They better not be. You could.
What's a ghost gun?
It's a 3D printed gun.
Oh, really?
Yep. As an actual gun. Apparently, there's a case going on right now where a lady is being tried in court for killing her husband with a ghost gun. Shortly before, she apparently right before her husband was shot to death, she did a bunch of research on ghost guns and ordered one, plus replacement barrels. And then her husband was shot dead, and she's trying to claim that no, she didn't do it. But
There's a bullet around here. Where's the bullet?
There's someone who said there's no such thing as coincidences.
right.
Here's the bullet. I almost lost the bullet.
Like,
Sorry,
I just feel like this looks too big on me. It feels too big. Like, I've got so much space in here. Like,
Well, so keep in mind, you're supposed to actually pad the inside of it so
Yeah,
that
you're
it
supposed
sits
to fill
right.
it with foam.
no, I know.
So that's
but
probably the right actual amount of clearance,
For you, yeah.
because then you would get some just like cushion foam.
well, shouldn't this sit more like right?
You fill the top
Yeah, you fill
of it
the
with
top.
foam. So your head's not on the dome.
Well, like
you
my
put a-
eyes are like.
Bring
right
it down
here.
a little bit. You lined up with your eyes.
It's like
But that looks,
Touching my
it looks roughly
shoulders.
right to me.
It looks right to me,
You
yeah.
want to see what it looks like on my head?
it was like touching my shoulders. Go bring it to him, Jeremy.
Okay, hold on.
It sits on my shoulders.
What's this?
Ah, there's makeup on it now.
I'm sorry. This is cute. The little unicorn thing. That's cute. Did you bring Piggles and Woofles?
They're here.
So this sits like right on, I guess it's not my shoulders. What's this? Your traps or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I sound terrible.
You look
Is
good,
this
though.
one of these forever cubes or whatever?
Yep.
These things are crazy.
How to keep Kara busy.
We gotta get the boys back down to the drop ship.
You may call me Captain or Sir.
Lord Helmet Heels.
So yeah, look at all the stuff we've all been printing.
Yeah, these can't actually fire. The trigger is
Be careful with that when that trigger is literally glued on because I snapped it off.
So it's not going to do anything. Maybe.
Oh, sorry. Jeremy's on timeout, I just realized.
Oh, is he?
Who do you think did it? The same guy who always does it. Jim,
Yep.
indeed.
You guys,
Jim
whenever you
Cricket.
guys do that, though, then I feel pressure that I have to talk, and I don't know what to talk about.
You could talk about... Well, so I guess here's what I'll talk about.
Pickles and Woofles. This is Woofles. He was a little,
So Jim said, I need more cool stuff to spend my points on. Here, Jeremy, if you want to come up here since you're not talking.
All right.
So this is Woofles. Like waffles, but dogs say woof. So Woofles. He was a little test 3D print that Jeremy made, and
Just
then
hold it up there for a second.
Jeremy's in my
No, like, sit
shot.
down and-
Jeremy, cheese and crackers.
So what I'm working on right now, Jim, is I'm trying to get the stuff off of here. I want to have some channel point redemption things so we can put something crazy on the spinny wheel. That's what I'm currently working on.
Let me see
Does
this.
anybody have any isopropyl alcohol?
No, I have acetone. Do you think acetone would be too strong?
Kara's fingernails is working.
Did you try writing dry erase over it?
No. Here, Jeremy, bring that back over.
Dry erase or cover with permanent marker and then dry erase.
Yeah, if you cover it with just more dry erase, it should be good.
This has been sitting on there for probably close to a year and a half.
That's how we can do on the podcast, is have people come up with ideas.
Interesting. So yeah,
Is it over by the...
Brad.
This is such a good podcast. It's just me not talking next to my microphone and Jeremy being on mute.
I know we have a week to plan what to talk about, but we never, Brad,
So it's supposed to be Jeremy's job. I will throw him under the bus. This is supposed to be Jeremy's job.
Here's the thing, but then you guys mute Jeremy, and it's like, well, fork. I don't know what to talk about.
So in the drawer by Kara's feet, there's more markers. Just throw me one.
I am horrible at leading conversation, guys. No,
Well,
Jeremy,
that's
should
a
we talk
wonder that you're on
about
a
what we
podcast.
booked for celebration?
Sure.
So yesterday, Jeremy and I went down to the cities to visit his grandparents. And on the way home, I'm scrolling Facebook. And what do I see? I see Star Wars Celebration has announced Ewan McGregor is going to be there for photo ops and autographs.
He never does photo ops or autographs.
So
Ever.
we booked the photo ops were sold out, but I told Jeremy, I was like, photo ops, you're like in and you're out like so fast. With autographs, you actually have a second or two to sit and talk to the person. So we are doing autographs, which are now sold out actually.
If you have anything you want us to say on your behalf to Ewan McGregor, let us know and I will convey your message. Am I still muted?
Probably. No.
No, I unmuted you.
Oh, yay! So yeah, we'll pass along your message.
We're really excited. And okay, so Brad, you want a movie review? Jeremy and I did just watch the new Batman.
The new Batman. Would you like to
Don't
hear?
review it because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
We can review it. We can't just talk about it. Like we can do it spoiler free, right? Or you don't want any hype train or de-hype train.
Brad says Kara should do a weekly movie.
That's why I said, I was like, well, he wants a weekly movie review and we just watched a new movie.
I see.
So-
I'm behind because I'm not paying attention.
It's okay. It's okay.
Kara will not let me watch anything with swearing in front of Chip. So everything I put on now.
Okay.
That's boldish.
That's Boulder
He's
Dash.
at the point where he's literally picking up everything. And
Oh, you should have me over for an afternoon, Jeremy.
Right?
no.
Trust me, Chris.
That way you can swear all you want in front of him. You can be like, oh, it was Brownie. He said all those swear words.
Oh, trust me. You already are on speaker. And I think the last conversation we had, you said the S word twice. F maybe once or twice.
Oh, I
Jeremy-
say it a lot. Don't worry. You don't need to cover for me.
Jeremy definitely swore on the phone with you today. I heard him and I was like,
What? It's just...
Cam says, tell him I have a very particular set of skills.
Oh,
That's
funny.
Liam Neeson.
my gosh, you guys are ridiculous. Okay. So yeah, Jeremy, lead us.
Okay.
Come up with something funny. Or should we just do more reviews of Garfield minus Garfield?
No, we don't need to do that. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. What?
That was me. And it wasn't during I picked up the ones from the show. I was just shooting it randomly. I have some down here. There's a couple over there. There's some down there.
So, Kara, we're going to have you start doing weekly movie reviews. That's going to be hilarious. Chris, you're going to have to make a graphic for Kara's weekly movie reviews.
It's going to be horrible.
Maybe we should have that be a channel point redemption, is Kara has to review a movie that she's actually seen. And after 3 redemptions, we'll be out.
You're so funny. I've seen Temple of Doom and I don't like it. It's
Tell us
creepy.
why.
What?
It's weird and
No, it's
creepy and
so
gross
good.
and like they rip out hearts and they're pumping in their hand and it's gross. It's my least favorite one.
What does he yell as the guy is trying to rip out Harrison Ford's heart?
I don't remember.
I know.
Molaram!
Yep, that one.
Molaram's the name of the guy.
Yeah, isn't he yell Molaram as he's ripping hearts out?
What? No. It says Kalima.
Oh, Kali Ma, that's right.
Yeah, so
Have you seen the movie, Jeremy?
I have.
What are the name of the rocks?
The Life Stones.
Shankara stones.
The Sean Connery stones?
Shankara.
Sean Cara.
Yep.
Got it. I knew Sean Connery is in First Crusade.
How many stones are there?
3.
There's 5.
Is it really 5?
Yep. They only have 3 of them.
Got it.
How many lines are on the rocks?
One for each number rock it is.
There's always 3 lines representing the heaven, the earth, and the underworld.
On all of the rocks?
On
there's
in each rock, they have 3 lines.
one
Have you
rock,
seen the movie?
One rock doesn't have 1 and then 2
No,
has 2?
all the rocks have 3 lines.
Really? I should have known.
I need to make that emote.
Who was at the airport wishing them well as they...
Sala.
He's not even in the movie.
Oh.
Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd, when they're getting on the plane, he's like, "That's the best I could get you on such short term notice." But that's Dan Aykroyd.
No kidding. They did.
When was the last time you watched this movie?
They did go to Club Obi-Wan.
They did.
And then their short round.
What's the name of the guy that was trying to buy the diamond at the beginning?
I don't.
Or sorry, that was trying to get the remains in exchange for the diamond. I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
Lao She.
I would have never remembered that.
When was the last time you watched it?
Yesterday.
Probably 15 years ago.
Boy. 15 years ago?
It's been a long time. I watched it when it
2007?
first came out on DVD was the last time I watched it.
No
It
way.
is your fault, Brad. 1,000% your fault. Thank you.
For what?
Thank you. Derailing us.
Well, I like talking about movies. Yeah, do some more. Ask me some more trivia questions. Ask me questions in Last Crusade.
Last Crusade?
I won't get one wrong.
All right. What was the name of the city that they didn't know on the map?
Alexandretta.
Very good. Oh, I would have also accepted Iskandarun because that's the modern day city that was built on the ruins of.
But I love the reveal of Sean Connery being like, Alexandretta, of course.
Where was the march, the Nazi march that they went to drop in on to get their book back?
Ooh. The book is in Berlin.
There you go. The Tiger's Den.
Yeah. You want us to go to Berlin? Who should he have mailed the book to, Chris?
Yeah, the Marx Brothers.
Oh my gosh.
Who uses the doors?
They use the doors.
I would have also accepted one of them because I thought you were one of them.
I thought you were one of them.
They use the doors, Dad.
She talks in her sleep. I love that.
Oh
What's the
my
girl's
gosh.
name?
We'll come back to that.
What's the girl's name?
No,
What, she's blonde. What does it start with?
I believe it's I or E. I don't know.
Ingrid.
No.
No, it's not Ingrid.
Dead silence. It's Ilsa.
Elsa. He's reaching for. I was just about to get it too because he was like, Elsa, no. I'm glad that buzzed the top.
Who got lost in his own museum?
The guy that they said the book was with. He knows a dozen languages. He's probably already disappeared by now.
Blended in, disappeared. If we're lucky, he'll have found the grail already.
Oh my gosh.
What's his name?
It's not Marcus, is it?
Give me a last name.
It is Marcus.
It's Marcus.
Aurelius.
Yeah.
Marcus is an acceptable answer.
I think the last name is more acceptable than the first name.
In this game, what do they refer to
Marcus
him as?
Brody.
Marcus Brody.
The Donovan is literally, Marcus Brody has the map.
Never trust a guy with a first name as a first name and a last name.
Brody's a first name?
Brody is 1,000% a first name.
Oh, yeah.
Bro beans.
Bro beans.
Brody's.
All right, anyway, so you did like 70%.
That's a fail.
No, not,
I love Indiana Jones. Like, if we did Star Wars trivia, you would destroy me. So this is just my small little like joy of being able to be like, I know that you like it, but I know the thing.
Jeremy did mention the other day that we do need to rewatch all of the Indiana Jones.
Should we do a great and terrible series on Indiana Jones? So
we
people can get
should.
mad at us when we say that Raiders of the Lost Ark is terrible.
How dare you? That's the best movie in existence. We're doing great and terrible, honey. Watch it.
How many Kadam high is the staff in Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I don't know.
Do you know what a Kadam is?
Do you actually, this wooden stick?
Well, yeah. So they literally are talking like, because it's a big plot point because he only has the one side burned into his hand. So the other side is like, you make it 5 Kadam high, but then you take back 1 Kadam to honor who's got this staff this is.
That's so funny.
You guys are ridiculous.
What fruit did the monkey eat when he got killed?
Dates.
Boom, you got one.
Bad dates. Yeah. How could you? I love that. Like, see, I have watched enough of them, you know, like she's about somebody's tossing it into their mouth and then he grabs
Indiana
it.
Jones is.
Yeah. And
so the motorcycle guy who's ostensibly the owner of the monkey sneaks in, opens the thing and pours poison all over the dates. And then the whole scene, Indiana Jones walking around holding a date and like doing whatever. Then right at the end, he flips it up in the air and Saul goes,
and he grabs his bad dates.
Yeah, and like squishes it and it looks all gross.
Does a monkey eat one? And he
the
sees
monkey
it dead?
died. Yeah, ate one and died. And he saw the monkey sitting next to the poison dates.
Got it. Brad, I hope you like Indiana Jones because that's what we were talking about.
If you, I have Jeremy and Kara's Star Wars level knowledge of Indiana Jones. That's my wheelhouse.
What was Sean Connery's mantra thing he remembers in college? Can you recite that?
What? Yeah, let my armies be the rocks in the trees and the birds in the sky.
Yep. Impressive.
I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne.
Charlemagne.
Let my armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky.
Marcus Brody's also the one who squirts the guy in the face with ink, and he's like, I guess the pen is mightier than the sword.
No, but it's better. He's like, Henry. And he's like, what? And he's like, Henry. He's like, what? And he's like, the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword.
Camels. I said no camels.
Yeah, that's 5 camels. Whose car got blown up when the tank shot it?
Rolls Royce. Phantom.
No, whose car?
Oh,
who's the owner of the car?
The prince or the king guy. Or, well, no, the Germans technically were
it's the car that Indiana Jones was in, so it's clearly not the prince's car. The reason for the 5 camels.
Wasn't it that Hitler car?
No, it was Saul's brother-in-law's car. That's why he got the camels.
Oh.
He's like, that was my brother-in-law's car.
Got it. I was thinking of the car that...
no, that's Rolls-Royce Phantom 2.
Yeah.
Solid John Rice Davies, right? Solid John Rice Davies, yeah.
And he was Gimli?
He was Gimli.
Yeah. He's also like 6'2", which is hilarious.
I know.
Kara blew my mind with the fact that Andy Serkis is Gollum.
Yep.
Brad said if 70% is a fail, I'm not really high school. Oh, I'm not really a high school grad. The word grad dropped off the bottom and I was like, what? But that makes sense.
Well, okay, in hygiene school.
Isn't it 85?
85 was a fail. So 85 to 90 was a C. 90 to 95 was a B. 95 to 100 was an A.
Was there a possibility for S rank?
Satisfactory?
Well,
no,
no, it's like
perfect.
in games you get like D, C, B, A, and then S.
right in One Punch Man. Yeah, no, there was none, unfortunately. So if you wanted to pass the hygiene program, you basically had to be on the dean's list every single semester.
So you can at least...
Dean, and why does he have a list?
Right.
Yeah, I know.
And isn't his name Craig?
Tell us, rank the Batman movies. All of them.
Just all the Batman movies?
The ones I know are Christian Bale and the new one.
So you don't even know the good ones?
Yeah, the
I
Val
didn't watch
Kilmer
any of the
one.
old ones. I didn't watch any of the
Oh, no, Brad, it wasn't your fault. The way that it was displayed is all wacky. So I'm just making sure.
Christian Bale, he is my favorite.
Which one of the Dark Knight movies, like in order, do you like the most?
I think the original Dark Knight was my favorite.
The one with Scarecrow?
It's been so long
That's
since I
Batman
watched them.
Begins.
Yeah, Batman Begins.
It's called the Dark Knight trilogy, but the second movie is called the Dark Knight, and then it's the whatever the third one is. Crappy.
Dark Knight Rises.
I don't care for the third one of that trilogy.
The
Mostly
third
because
one,
Keith's in it.
that's the
Bane.
one.
Third one's
Yeah, the Bane one, that was my least favorite of the 3. The
Is that-
Joker one was really good.
That's the second one. That's the Dark
Knight. So maybe Dark Knight, Batman Begins.
And then...
Kara only watches movies if she thinks the lead actor is cute.
Probably.
You got a problem with that?
Why do you think she's so excited to meet Ewan McGregor?
Man, I am stoked.
If you guys want to know what Kara did in the car when she found out that the ticket went through for Ewan McGregor, she imitated one of those wiggly worm things that people put out in front of the bank. That's literally what she did. She was like, woo, 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 woo. I think her lips came out, and then she was like SpongeBob going, woo, 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 woo. She was so excited. Did you not? She denies none of this.
I was excited. I am excited. It's friggin' Ewan McGregor. Come on, you're excited. You would have done the same thing if it was Margot Robbie. I'm just saying. Jeremy.
What has she been in?
She was in Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. She was in
Wolf of Wall Street.
She's in a bunch of different stuff.
Is she in anything I've seen?
Suicide Squad.
I haven't seen it.
She plays Harley Quinn.
Oh, that's right. She is Harley Quinn, Suicide Squad.
The Big Short? No, Chris hasn't seen that either.
Seen what?
The Big Short.
Nope. That's what I call myself.
Let's see. Don't want to lose my recipes.
Do you think acetone would damage this? Like this
I would.
It takes forever.
I was gonna say it might eat the plastic.
Yeah, it might.
Do you think Ashley could make a replacement veneer for this if I ruin it? Okay.
Just use Kara's fingernail. She'll scrub it.
I don't have time.
Good Lord. Jeremy's like, yeah, Kara can take 10 years to scrub it clean with her fingernail.
You just need a little abrasive cleaner. That would be better than acetone.
Did anything funny happen at work this week, Jeremy?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You normally have stories up the wazoo.
I can't talk about work. I've been put on a, what do you call it when you can't talk about something?
I don't know. Wyatt hasn't done anything funny?
I can't talk about that.
Lord. Okay, fine. Oh, yeah, she was in I, Tonya. Let's see.
Of course I got it right.
Let's see. She's in Dollface.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad of an idea do you think this is?
Probably a horrible idea.
I really think it's going to mess it up bad.
Oh, it comes out pretty good, though.
The Legend of Tarzan, she's Jane.
How wet is that rag?
I turned it upside down and turned it back.
Oh, okay.
She was in Pan Am TV show.
Pan Am's from
the new one.
Cyberpunk.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Jeremy has a crush on her.
Hey, Kara, we don't need to blast out all my crushes to the whole world. She just blasts. I say Ewan McGregor. She's blasting out Margot Robbie, Pan Am.
Kate Mara, that one.
Kate Mara, Scarlett Johansson.
I do have a lot of cleaners at work that would probably work. You have a crush on Meryl Streep?
No, I just threw it out there to be funny. Anne
Jeremy
Hathaway,
likes
on the other
them
hand.
old. Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
So Jeremy's
Keira Knightley.
Anne Hathaway.
Scarlett Johansson.
Jeremy secretly had Princess Diaries 1 and 2. Those are his favorite movies growing up.
Princess Diaries 1 was.
You loved that movie?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes.
Did you really?
I loved that movie.
Oh my gosh! Really?
The Princess. Yes.
That's such a girl movie.
It is not a girl movie.
What part of that is a boy movie?
It's a fun story. It's got Ed Izate in it from Last Man Standing.
Jeremy, that is a chick flick.
It's got Judi Dench in it.
No, it doesn't.
You know what else has Judi Dench in it?
She's the queen.
Julie Andrews is the queen.
Julie Andrews. I always get those two confused.
How do you get
Julie
those?
Andrews and Judi Dench? Two different ladies.
I get them confused.
How?
First off, their first names are both Julie, are they not?
No.
Judy and Julie.
That's close enough.
No.
You can go like this and be
All
like,
right,
Julie.
Jason.
Right.
They're close. They even have the same amount of like E syllables. Julie, Judy. Like they're very close. Come on, guys. Give me that one.
All right, Jimmy.
Julie, Judy.
Jimmy, Jeremy.
Jimmy and Kimmy are close together.
Yeah, but but you're not gonna say Kimmy Neutron.
Julie
Andrews was in Sound of Music.
That was
Julie Andrews. She was friggin' Mary Poppins.
No, that was Judi Dench.
No, it was not.
Who's in Skyfall?
Judi Dench.
See, they look alike. Even.
Not even remotely close.
No, they do too.
No.
Hold on.
Oh
They
my
look
gosh,
alike.
I will die on this hill. They do
both
not
have
look...
red hair.
No, they don't. Jeremy is smoking something. He's smoking that good old
Ganja.
Ganja.
What, you get excited, Ryan?
Ryan's gonna come creeping up behind the couch to steal your ganja.
All right, which one is this?
That's Judi Dench.
Okay, good job. Good job.
Okay, look at the upper left picture. The
No,
very
they
upper
do
left.
not look alike
okay?
in any capacity.
And then the upper left. The upper left, it's like, it's easy enough.
No.
Totally.
No, not in any capacity.
Yes, the older, obvious I am not going to confuse the Sound of Music
They
for
do
the James
not
Bond
look a
one.
thing alike.
Google search this.
Is it because they've got...
No, Google
Jeremy,
this.
here's the thing.
They both have a short haircut? Is that what it is?
they both have a short haircut.
Do you think my
That's
mom looks like Judi Dench? Is that
And
what
they're
you're saying?
British. Actually, the one picture, yes. If you would have slapped your mom in the upper left picture as well, I would have also looked very
Apparently
similar.
So
all
Jeremy's
older
just
ladies...
sexist towards old ladies.
Listen, I'm Googling
Sorry,
this.
all old ladies that tune into this podcast, but Jeremy has just been outed as hating you.
Does anybody
Here's the thing. Is any old lady going to be mad about being
confuse
compared to Judi Dench or Julie
Judi
Andrews?
Dench
Probably
though?
not.
Yeah.
with
Julie Andrews.
yes?
Oh my gosh.
Did you
Okay,
write
so
Juicy
window
Dench?
capture. Oh, dang, Dave. Dave got that clean in like 2 seconds. How'd you do that?
So, first off, a radio station called KIIS-FM Blunder mistakenly used a picture of Julie Andrews to promote an interview with Judi Dench. It is very easy to confuse
No,
those.
No.
okay. So I have the images up now.
No.
Here's Judi
Nope.
Dench, obviously.
The upper left one, please. Let's focus on that.
There's Julie Andrews.
The upper left one.
Why
Judi
just
Dench.
they do not look like Judi Dench. Her face is like, her nose is a lot more
so
pointed.
Julie Andrews has more of like an up face. Judi Dench has more of a down.
Yes, there you go. And I feel like her eyes, mouth, and like nose and everything are just kind of closer together than Julie Andrews too. I don't know.
Please, chat.
No.
Nobody bail Jeremy out because this is an irrecoverable position to be in. Okay.
2017, Kylie and Jackie O confused Judi Dench with Julie Andrews.
Who are Kylie and Jackie O?
Jeremy, Jackie O.
Well, I know Jackie Onassis, but I'm assuming that's not who they're talking about in this.
Why is Julie Andrews in Aquaman but not in Mary Poppy Returns? And somebody else says,
Mary Poppy?
Mary Poppins. And somebody said, dude, I think you have Judi Dench and Julie Andrews mixed up. So there's multiple instances
So
of
just
those
because
two
8
specific-
people out of 8 billion people have had this happen,
Jeremy, what have we talked to our parents about? You can Google
confirmation
anything,
bias.
and you will find what you are looking for on Google.
Fine. Well, then I'll
Hold on.
I'll
Here's what-
reverse
here's-
the inverse of it.
Okay, get ready. I'm going to Google, why is Jeremy wrong? Okay.
David, you shut your pie hole. You don't know what you're talking about.
There's a lot of Jeremy Clarkson makes embarrassing huge mistake. Why does Jeremy Clarkson use "and" where A is appropriate? Because it's comedy.
It's easy to not confuse Judi Dench.
What?
There. No, Cam, you be quiet. Unless Jeremy paid for your dinner, you don't get to defend him.
They're just two old ladies with similar haircuts.
Yep. We just figured out that Jeremy is just ageist and sexist.
Yeah. Julie Andrews is taller and thinner, and Judi Dench is just a larger boned lady.
You guys have to realize what I have a picture of in my brain, right? Let's imagine.
Is it boobs?
No. Imagine a bunch of little squares, right?
Hold on, a bunch of what?
Little squares.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
Okay, all right. And in my mind,
There's
a British section.
How did we get here, emote?
I know we do.
I go to the British section. Then I go to the female
Jeremy's
section.
brain's like,
That's exactly it. So British, female, and then you have Julie Andrews and Judi Dench. They're so close to each other.
who are
So
some other,
Name another British female actress.
Keira Knightley.
but she's way younger.
Daisy Ridley.
Way younger. You're not. Are you
Is
going to
she
confuse?
You just asked for British.
Yeah, that's
Daisy
fine.
Ridley's British.
Would
So
you
Daisy
confuse-
Ridley and Keira Knightley, are they right next to each other in your Rolodex?
No, because D and K. It's like I'm thinking like in my mind, right?
Okay, so you're filtering by first name for some reason.
I will prove you this right now. My phone book is alphabetically tized by first name.
Your brain is backwards.
It is. It is. It is.
So confused. When I want to call Derek, do I want to think? I know him as Derek. I don't need to think of his last name in order to find him in my phone book when I can just go by D. Everyone should sort their phone book.
Ashley made a point, though. She talked about how there's a million Chris's. I'm not going to get the Chris's mixed up. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Chris Pine, and Chris Pratt.
Oh, do you know who I get mixed up all the time? I'm not going to get those
mixed up at all.
Chris
in any capacity.
Prine. Chris Stevens.
What the heck is Chris Stevens? Chris Evans? Captain America?
Yeah, the guy who played in Wonder Woman he has a crush on Gal Gadot.
That's Chris Pine.
And then the Captain America guy.
Chris Evans.
Those two I get mixed up all the time.
So Chris Pine and Chris Stevens. They're hanging out with Brain Wetsky. No, so Jeremy, to my point, last name sorted.
No way.
Mine is last name sorted as well.
So what do you have your mom in on your phone?
Annie.
Just that?
Yep.
Mine is my mom's full first and last name. Like if somebody, because most people are like, it'll be under mom, or do you have some like special nickname for Kara or something on your phone?
Nope, Kara.
It's Kara, my love.
But I go to K.
No, but what I'm saying is no one would know what the relationship of anybody is based on how I have my contacts, because literally it's first and last name, and maybe I have, if they're from work or a client or something in here, but it's like, literally, it just looks like a phone book, and you would have no idea who the heck they should contact if they found my phone.
I have it. Here's the other reason why maybe I do first names. Okay, Gus. We know he is Cam, right?
Yep.
His last name, how I established my relationship with him is through the podcast. He is in there as Cam ROTP.
I'll do that too.
The plumber Kevin is in there as Kevin Plumber. His business, I could put his business in my name or have Kevin and his last name, but I'm never going to remember his last name a year from now, and I need to call him. So I'll go, oh, Kevin the plumber, and I find him that way. So last name sorting would also do me no good.
Brad, my mom's in my phone as don't answer. Hold on. June says Jeremy might be right, but that you're taking, how old?
6-year-old?
You're taking an 8-year-old on your side?
8?
That's not a strong position to be in.
I'll take what I can get.
Kara only knows the cute Chris's. Bet she mixes up the rest or has zero clue who they are.
I'm sure I do know.
Wait, your phone book is listed by first name?
Yep. Instead of
you guys have shared brain damage.
Kevin.
You do not do that, do you really?
Okay, hold on. So Jeremy.
Remember the guy's name? Oh, that's his name.
Here's who you have on your team. Someone who can't remember names at all. And Ryan.
Ryan,
known
you do first
criminal.
name as well? Ryan, do you do by first?
First name, because there's like 40 different people at work. I don't know. I'm not going to memorize the last name.
Okay, so
exactly.
When you put names in your phone, do you put last name in the first name spot?
No, you can see.
No.
So he has a sorted by first name.
Yep.
Jeremy makes fun of me for that. Okay, and then Chris, on your little home bar down at the bottom, what order do you have the little bar?
He's probably got
this thing.
No,
this
swipe
thing
up.
right down here.
Swipe up.
Where you have like your chat,
the doc. Yeah, that.
Your message.
You don't have it stocked, do you?
No.
Text. You guys are absolute mad
Mine's
lasses.
text, call, internet,
phone, Google Chrome,
and phone.
email.
And music for me.
No, guys.
Jeremy flip-flopped phone and text.
No, I did not.
No, I think stock phone is all the way on the left.
It is.
Really?
I'm 99% sure because on my LG phone, message defaults all the way to the left. And I'm so used to that.
You guys are absolute mad lasses. Do you guys? Mine is pure as the non-driven snow.
Okay, so here's what it is.
You have Safari?
Yes, because that is the way it came.
That's
on
the worst
my phone.
browser.
No,
nothing is better than Safari.
Text, browser,
which is Safari.
Then music. The only thing I did was switch out YouTube for Apple Music, but it's still the music location. Mail is in its native spot since the iPhone has begun.
I don't even have. I have it hidden. The iMail or whatever it is the worst collect. I use Outlook because Outlook is best, and it's so easy to use to manage all my emails. It's ridiculous. So Google's mail app sucks. Apple's mail app sucks.
I use Apple's mail app. Yep, I use
that's why you're not reading Brad's emails. I've divined
that isn't my fault. Brad,
that is your fault because you're using Apple email.
No, somebody go to riseofthepodcast.com. The website has been migrated from its old host to its new host.
So for what it's worth, Dave does call, email, browser, text.
I wonder if it's like
So no music.
I text.
My music is on the second row of the second page on the right.
Interesting.
I can't afford headphones.
That is not
I'm not
why
going to
at
play my
all.
music over the thing.
Why is Brad typing in all capital letters?
That is not why at all. So,
Why what?
Yeah, so was Jeremy going to say why something, or did?
I text more than anything. Like, I don't like to call people.
So here's the thing, like,
So that's why I think text for me is like,
being right-handed,
Number
holding my
one.
phone in my right hand, it's easier to hit the left side of the screen. So these two are the two that I use the most. That's why I put them over there. I'm used to messages being on the left because of my old phone defaulted messages to being on the left. That's why I flip-flopped the two. And then priority-wise, the next two things that I use most often are Google Chrome and checking my email.
Because I'm yelling. That's not why.
That's why. Oh, that's not why he doesn't check his emails. I see. It's not because it's a bad email service. It's because Jeremy is a piece of crap.
No. So the emails have now been migrated. I don't have they forward.
They come through. We tested all of them.
Yours do, but nothing else has ever come through for that email. I used to get tons of emails for every time someone would stream on Twitch, and none of that comes through.
I think Jeremy just has everyone set as spam, and he has Brad set as super spam.
To clarify,
The marker was in my pocket.
somebody migrated our website over to their server, and we lost the Gmail account.
No, it still exists.
It does, but it's not working right.
I think it's working fine.
Dave said it's live on the website with chat right now.
Yeah, if you go to the website,
Yeah, riseofthepodcast.com.
is live and there's the chat window.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Really cool.
The same, like,
He knocked it out of the park. I just don't know how to get the email the way that it was.
so we just skipped one step to make it the same. He's just forwarding everything to. Everything is going to that email server and then getting redirected to your personal email address.
Right.
So it's just we were in a hurry because in case somebody wanted to go to the website.
Right.
So we just didn't have time to set up the full thing. The email addresses all still work. They just are maybe they're getting caught in your spam folder
I'll have to check.
That could be.
But
because you're using iOS.
Brad said blame Chip.
We blamed poor Chip. He gets blamed for everything.
Actually, you should share. Have you shared? Because you guys are all in the Discord server and you deserve it. You can get a sneak peek at the new emote Kara made.
Did you guys
Is it in
see
Discord?
I did post the trial ones in Discord. Let's see if it's. I love it. I think it's friggin' hilarious. So that all has been changed.
It's
It looks
modeled
better
after
now.
yours truly.
It's
Very good.
do we want to?
Do a good close up, Chris.
I don't know when this emote will be available,
Brad's going on
but there's
timeout.
Ugug McBaldy's cheeks in his full glory. I wanted to have it say clap all over it, but I couldn't get the font big enough to actually share
Work at such a small.
Yeah, so
Yes, Ashley, these are new glasses because Chip broke my old ones. He grabbed them and he went, wee, snap. And I'm like, oh, man.
he snapped my favorite pair of Jeremy glasses.
What?
I just want you to see if you can tell what's wrong with these glasses.
Do you guys have basically the same glasses?
No.
Oh, there's a glue hole right there.
So what's the problem with them? No. There's a current problem. You're so close to figuring it out.
There's glue there too. Is this broken?
No, if I overglued it and I can't fold the bow in anymore.
Funny.
You literally had it like this, and if you would have just turned it the other way and tried doing the same thing, it's just like
It's funny how your mind fills in the blank.
oh, these are dirty.
So are mine. They're really dirty. Chip wipes his fingers on there and he just.
Poor Jer Bear.
She says, "Oh no, looking good."
So at dinner tonight, Chip would not eat chicken. Kara got him 2 different types of chicken. Wouldn't eat that, so she ordered him noodles. And he took the noodles and he tasted one and he threw it on the floor. Took another one, threw it on the floor. took 2 more, threw them on the floor. Then the 5th noodle somehow wasn't poisoned, so then he ate the rest of the noodles. Like, he literally ate him and was putting him in his mouth, and he was, like, really liking it.
It was really cute. There was one that was, like, stuck on the plate, and so he had this noodle going from his plate up to his mouth as he was trying to suck it in, but he couldn't quite get it good enough, and it slipped back out of his mouth.
So that was really a cute little dinner.
Brad, what was the other emote you had mentioned earlier? I already forgot what it was.
How we got here, something to do with that, or?
Oh, yeah, how did we get here?
How did we get here?
I mean, yeah. Nobody knows how we get anywhere in our podcast. We were talking about Indiana Jones, and then I don't know where it went from there.
Well, so here's the thing. So Brad was talking about how he derailed this episode. The problem is we had no plan coming in except for the spin wheel.
I am so close to having plans. Each week I save things that'll be really fun to talk about. So there was a scene with R2-D2 in A New Hope that once it was a new Star Wars fact to me, which hardly ever happens. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So basically, in A New Hope, right after they hire Chewie and Luke and Obi-Wan are walking together, R2 and 3PO are following them, and R2 can't keep up. Like, the droid can't go fast enough in real life. So the camera follows them around a corner, and R2-D2 goes straight. Then this other droid comes in from the side to close this major distance, and once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I know. Jeremy sent me the video, and I was like, oh, well, yep. It's very obvious when you're looking for it. I'm sure if you're not looking for it, it's like, oh, whatever. But when you know it's there, it's like, dang it.
I was so consumed with chat, I didn't hear what you said, and I don't want to hear it, because I don't want it ruined. I'm glad that you got it out to the universe, but whatever the thing is that you're like, I can't unsee it. I don't want to hear things about not being able to unsee things.
But it's your favorite type of things. It's movie magic. It's how they get to overcome obstacles in order to make things work.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in A New Hope.
Okay, fair enough. So I'll just watch it 43 times until I figure it out.
And it has to do with R2.
Is it the rocks?
No.
No.
Everybody knows that one.
Oh, yeah, look, we can move on.
Yep. I'm just going to give you those 2 little tidbits and you'll find it.
Brad said that's when I asked the next prostitute, how did we get here? Or how did we get here?
Oh my gosh.
Ho.
Oh my gosh, Brad.
How did we get here? Or how did we get here? All right, I want to get. Should I start some polls? I think we're gonna do some polls.
What kind of polls are we doing?
He's doing specific ones. So
there's an ad in progress. Hilarious. That's fine. We're gonna start a poll though. View results of the last poll.
Wait, what was it?
57% voted for A. Whatever that poll was. Okay. I'm just gonna do some polls for Oh yeah, that's right. We did a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing.
Got it.
Oh, that's right.
So earlier I held up that fancy wheel. So what I'm assuming you're going to do is you're going to do a poll, right? For things we're going to add to the wheel, right? Mm-hmm. So we want it. Jim had brought up, having more things to redeem your tangent crystals on. So if we crowdsource out some ideas for different things, like when we spin things that will go on the board. So you would redeem the tangent crystals for spinning the wheel. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah. Well, so I'm debating if the tangent crystal is the easiest one because it actually shows up.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's a way that we can do like a bit thing or something to get people to give us more of their money so we can retire early on a beach in Cabo or whatever. But or something. But something like what I'm thinking is maybe it's like a wheel of weird consequences or something, and it's whatever it is. So just throw out some ideas that you guys want to see
put on
the wheel. The first thing that I'm thinking is we could have, is get Nerf darted as an option.
Right, on the wheel.
Yeah. So, and so it could be a thing where it's you could be 1,000 channel points to get a redemption or something, or whatever it is. Or it's anybody who cheers X amount will just do a spin of the wheel and see what happens.
See what happens.
The Wheel of Mystical Chance. WOMC. The old WOMC.
It's
So,
I'm saving my crystals for the Sarlacc pit. Sarlacc pit. It's going over my head.
Should we just...
Or the Rancor cage?
That's what Brad wants. He wants us to put in a Sarlacc pit and a Rancor cage.
We'll just put Oliver in the Rancor cage.
10 million bits will install a Rancor pit.
With a robotic.
I mean, we probably could in the basement.
That eats me.
Like just right there. So we'll install something that just pulls the coffee table forward.
Yep. The Star Wars rug.
Yeah, the Star Wars rug opens up into
A Rancor pit.
A Rancor cage, Rancor pit,
What would
whatever
we
it
put
is.
down there as a Rancor?
Ryan.
A robotic Rancor.
And then Jeremy's going to crush him with a garage door.
Oh my gosh.
Ryan's failing to laugh.
Ryan's like,
All right, so ideas for punishment. So I'm just going to put, for the first thing, and it's only going to be one wedge, so you should hopefully get shot less. I'm going to put get Nerf darted.
all right.
You guys think of anything that you would want to... You can put some nice things for you on there, too, maybe. Maybe.
Give Kara and Jeremy candy.
Ooh.
You guys will have to provide the candy. Are you thinking? You just say some stuff out loud. Try to figure some stuff out. I got to start writing, so I can't keep carrying.
Well, we have a surplus of Legos on here, but there's somebody else who already does that. We could make Kara walk on Legos.
Why me?
Just because somebody else does it doesn't mean we can't do it.
Why me? Why not you?
I have sensitive feet.
Bull crap!
That would be absolute torture. I have hypersensitivity. I'm totally making that up. My feet are
I was
totally
going to say,
fine.
you shut your mouth, old man.
Why can't you walk on the Legos, though?
Because.
You can't lick a 9-volt battery. You won't eat a hot chip. You won't eat raw eggs.
I am not into self-torture. Thank you.
So remember, this is self-torture for money.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine, put one on there for Jeremy walks on Lego.
No, it's walk on Lego.
Then one for Jeremy.
No, we should do one for Jeremy, one for Kara. So then it's
for
like
the Lego walk.
yeah.
I don't like it.
A dunk tank?
We did talk about that.
Oh, we get a dunk tank and we call it the Rancor pit.
Your dad probably has one.
Don't tempt him. David, I know, can track one down too. He'd probably call the McDonald rental people and be like, hey, what'd you do with that dunk tank?
He's on his phone right now trying to figure it out.
We're not putting in a dunk tank.
I don't like this light. You guys can see me.
Oh, you have the overhead light on. Oops. If the podcast looks slightly greener than normal, that's why.
Okay, so Chris went to my close-up and he was like, oh, the white balance is off. It's probably the fluorescence.
Oh, no, the white balance was off because I was using my camera to do other stuff.
fine.
And it was like, so it was set to 6,800 Kelvin or something. I was shooting in the deep shade outside. So it was like blue as anything. All right, so here's kind of what I'm thinking. So far, we've got like the reds I'm using for like
bad stuff.
So we've also got purple, blue, and green, and yellow. So there's 4 reds, and then 2 of everything else.
Yellow should be an eating thing, whether good or bad.
So we need one more bad thing.
Jeremy eats a spicy chip.
No.
What are we buying?
Double dunk tank.
Oh, how much is it?
And a partner obstacle course so you race for $500.
Jerry, make it so.
Oh, we have the Lego Mario Kart things too. If we could somehow do a little race with race cars or something, that could be fun. Brad just came up with a really, really good one.
Vegemite. Ugh.
That's disgusting.
There you go. A big bite of Vegemite. That's the last negative.
No way.
I would vomit.
We
If
don't
you
wanna
want to see
keep
me
Vegemite
vomit.
on hand.
Here's the thing. I don't need to keep it like food safe or anything because you guys are just going to throw it up anyways.
Yeah,
so.
you're so funny. Kara eats the fish eggs.
No, do you guys really want me to vomit? Because that's what will happen.
No, read the one from Brad.
Yeah, positive could be these aren't the droids you're looking for. Get out of jail card where like you can change the subject. You can't be made fun of for a few minutes.
Ooh, I like the can't be made fun of. That's the whole show. We wouldn't even have a show anymore
It's true.
if you couldn't make fun of me.
It's true. It's
Yep.
true. Everybody likes to make fun of Jeremy.
Oh, did you see I finished the C-3PO Oscar statue?
Yeah, I see it over here.
So
me
Speaking
see
of
it.
making fun of Jeremy,
Hand it to me, please.
Jeremy split the crotch in his pants.
Oh, get out of here.
What was it, like a black hole type of thing? Like there's so much negative pressure from it being so tiny that it just collapsed in? Or?
Well, I spread my legs like this, and it just went right up the center.
And then he was like, I can wear these. It's fine. It's fine. Nobody will see it. And like, I'm looking at these pants, and it's like slowly going up the butt. And I'm like, no, Jeremy, you can't wear these. And they're skinnies, so it's not like it's got any give. So it's going to keep on ripping.
Sometimes you just have to give up your pants.
Yep.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
That's pretty cool, though, right?
This is amazing. So here's the thing. Your printer did an outstanding job on the base, except for the overhang.
And that's because I didn't support it.
You didn't support it?
No.
Well, yeah, because then you would have got support scarring there, but...
Well, there's supposed to be a plate in there anyway.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like, I just got to print something up. So, yep. All right, one more negative thing. What's something you guys don't want to do? Oh, yeah, we already did Lego walks. So that's 2/3 of them.
Look at 9-volt
Brad says,
battery.
I like jeans with built-in AC.
Look at 9-volt battery.
Nah, we need something better than that. Like a Lego walk's pretty bad. I don't know. What do we need?
Shock Jeremy with a dog collar.
How about
No.
Jeremy gives Brownie $5?
No way, I'd be broke.
That's a 1 in like 16 chance.
No way, it'll land on it every time. Yeah, it would
Should we
land
put
on
just end podcast early?
Yeah, right. Just the doom bankrupt.
I don't know. What should the last bad one be?
What's something you guys don't like?
I don't know.
I don't want it to be food related because then I have to keep food on hand.
What if we have like Jeremy throws one of our completed Lego builds off the balcony?
Oh my goodness, that would be horrible.
Oh, that'd be so sad.
Get slimed? This is Nickelodeon.
Get slimed?
Yeah, that's classic.
Brand new dunk tank with tax and shipping, just under $5,500.
What?
$5,500?
There's no way we could afford that.
If somebody tips, what would that be? 550,000
million?
bits. Someone tips 550,000 bits, we will get a dunk tank tonight.
That's insanity. No.
Hit checkout. Everything else is
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Oh
Brad
yeah,
says
3D
printed Jar Jar mask.
Oh, that would be funny. I will
think
wear that.
That's kind of like the Shane hat.
Wear a
There you
Shane
go.
hat, Jar Jar man. That's perfect, Brad.
The Vegemite one?
Oh, we
did
talked
mention
about
that.
it. I said I don't want to keep food stuff down here, otherwise I would do it.
And they can only talk in Jar Jar spec.
What do you mean, sir?
What's it used to mean, sir?
You do it way
You
better.
You just gotta add "sir" to the end of everything.
So we want to do the positive. It's like
Give Jeremy and Kara candy.
I just said I don't want to have to keep food down here.
Candy is hardly that. Like, you just throw a bag and wherever, and that's good to go. Kara and Jeremy shoot David with Nerf gun.
Yes.
Kara and Jeremy shoot Chris with Nerf gun.
yeah.
We activate airbag in Chris's chair. Kaboom!
Chris sits on microphoned whoopee cushion. Well, let's see. I don't know. I love how we're picking it out. Guys, got to come up with more stuff.
Yeah, we're using you guys as a resource. We
It's
need
stuff
you.
you guys want to see. And we know you guys said Vegemite and stuff like that, but
So I put Revenge Nerf gun on here for you guys.
yeah.
All right.
But you have to use that Mando rifle that you've refused to bring down here.
I'll bring it down here.
We'll put it in the car and try to remember.
Okay, so now we just need some like sort of like random stuff. What other things? Oh, we could do like we could try to do like freeze frame or something like the Chris Perlow has, like the error. I know that I'm clicking that. It's probably really annoying for anybody who's listening. I don't know if you've seen that one where it's like they freeze him and you have to like tip or cheer or something.
I like that. Cam says Jeremy and Kara do a live stream gaming with wine or beer, which wouldn't be wine or beer for me. It'd be like a seltzer for me. Thank you.
Oh,
I didn't realize you were that basic, Kara.
I am, boy, you don't know how basic I am.
if you want to add on there, if Kara's willing to drive home, I would be willing to take a shot of something.
1 shot and you can't drive home? What are you, lightweight?
No, I'm just saying.
Kara's advocating for reckless driving?
It could. I was just trying to be safe because our son's in the car, but apparently Kara's like, no, you can still drive even with 7 shots.
No, 1 shot, fine. 7 shots, no.
I'm just saying.
I think, what is it? It's like you have to stay under, 2 drinks in an hour to stay under 0.08 or something?
2 drinks, but 1 shot of liquor is...
Well, it's like a 12-ounce beer, a 4-ounce spirit, or a 1-ounce shot.
That's
are all
right.
the same.
That's right.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. What are you thinking, Jeremy? You looks like you're thinking. What you thinking?
Ooh, you get to drink the blue milk.
I'm just going to add blue food coloring to room temperature milk. That's what you get.
No, we found a recipe for blue milk from...
Bantha milk shots. I bet you that is a shot of some type, and it's probably horrible to put together.
It does sound really bad.
Sounds good to me.
2, 4, 6. We've got 8 things left to put on here.
Good Lord.
I'm just gonna
8
put
things.
Jeremy gives Brownie $5.
No way.
If it doesn't land, if it lands on it, we'll take it off and put something else on. And that's the thing too. We can swap these out. If people come up with better ideas,
we could just have here's what we do. We have a pizza jar fund. And $5 goes to the pizza jar fund. And once it actually gets enough for a pizza, we can have pizzas before the podcast.
There you go.
All right. And we have to eat it on stream pre-podcast.
Right.
Cam. He says the 2-drink rule is for tiny people. I'm more of a 4-drink size guy.
I am in the same boat.
Blue milk, white Russian. That's what Brad said.
What's that?
All right, so I give $5 to the pizza fund.
There you go.
Should we do something where, like, I don't
Send
know
a $5 gift card to a random fan.
Oh, that could be a cool thing. Yeah, it's like whoever made you spin the wheel, we could land on. It's like, oh, here's a Amazon gift card for $10 or something.
$5.
$5, $20.
$5.
I'm negotiating on behalf of the fans who I think are on my side.
You know how many tip donations we have to get in order to, like, we have to get $10 incoming in tips just to be able to pay out $5.
Yeah, but it's only a 1 in 16 chance.
You say that.
Dave says $10. I think $10 is worth it because, like, if someone, like, so this is not a lottery. I want to put it in mind to people. This isn't something where maybe we shouldn't have monetary payouts because that, like, it could be argued that, like, not that anybody would care, but if there's a payment to entry, it becomes a sweepstakes or lottery. There's all sorts of crazy rules.
We'll send them a
Exactly.
3D print.
We could do that, right? Give away a 3D print.
Yeah, if it's
We could make Rise of the Podcast keychains. Like, do you know that how you said you could turn vectors into 3D prints? Do that.
About okay? So we'll do choose our next 3D print.
Oh, that's
There
fun.
you go. Yeah. As long as it's not like a 20-year thing.
Coffee flavored liquor, vodka with blue milk. Bantha shots.
Interesting.
You got to say Bantha shots.
Bantha poodoo.
You're poodoo.
You're poodoo.
You're poodoo.
You're a scruffy-looking Nerf herder.
I like it. You could put one on there because it could be good or bad, right?
Yeah.
Kara has to talk like a pirate for a minute.
Over the rest
Jeremy can only speak in Star Wars quotes.
You're braver than I thought.
do one that's not a meme.
I'm sure you could, like, hold an entire
When Luke comes
conversation.
back, I won't get in the way.
That's borderline meme-ish, but that's fine.
What did she say? No, you idiot. He's my brother.
Make Brownie throw up free.
I was like,
Right,
what are you doing?
That from the movie.
He's attacking me. You are scruffy.
When was the last time you shaved?
Friday.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
It was yesterday.
Cam, do an Anakin shot. It's just a lot of wine.
With a little bit of sand.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, a pinch of sand in a glass of wine and you have to drink it.
Just do some coffee grounds in there so it's, like, actually edible.
You can drink sand.
Well, salt and sand are practically the same thing.
But salt will dissolve.
Salt is like flavorful sand.
It is. Salt
But
is
it will
flavor.
dissolve.
Well, so will sand.
No, it won't.
No, it won't.
It will.
No.
With enough water,
no,
it would
Jeremy,
dissolve.
Explain sand at the bottom of the ocean.
No, okay, here's the thing, right? Sand's heavy and it sinks. So with enough water, you're never going to get to the sand. So
But doesn't dissolve.
It dilutes.
It does not dilute.
It does dilute.
No.
We live in dilute.
It dilutes.
No. No. That's not.
I'm gonna put Jeremy and explain some sort of science.
So Chip pees in his bath.
He did it twice today.
Okay. And sometimes then he tries to drink the water. So Kara is a genius and she bought him little cups and it's got holes in the bottom. So when he lifts the cup of water out, it drains out faster than he can like get it to his lips, right? And even then she's like, Chip is trying to drink his own pee water. And I said, it's not a big deal because it's diluted so much, right?
Yeah.
And it's true.
As an adult, Jeremy, do you want to get pool water in your mouth?
I don't go out of my way to drink it, but I'm not going to like immediately surface and spit it out like a dolphin.
So you're like, people's pee.
No, I don't do, but it's inevitable.
There's two things that are inevitable: death and pee water in your mouth.
It just happens.
Oh my gosh. Boom. Cam, sand is silica. It does not dilute or dissolve.
So if you do not, okay, so here's my thing, right? If you pour 1 tablespoon of sand in a glass of water.
You have water plus a tablespoon of sand.
And then you pour and you add a gallon of water to that. You're less likely to get sand in your mouth because
Are you going to drink a gallon of water?
So that's diluting to me.
In that sense, I could agree with the term diluting. Semantically, I still think it's inaccurate, but practically, I understand where you're coming from.
The parts per million is just less.
So let's talk about dissolving.
Let's talk about dissolving.
Let's talk about dissolving.
What are we talking about?
Sugar.
I thought we were talking about dissolving.
Well, so if you pour sugar in water, it goes away, but the sugar is still in the water. It doesn't break
But you
away.
don't have the sugar
Can I just pause? So dissolve comes from the root of like solution, right? So dissolve means to put it into solution, where it becomes a new thing that is a constituent components of both. Where like, so if you're talking about like making salt water, it's not salt plus water anymore. It is one thing, salt water, right? Whereas sand water is literally, no sand is dissolved in. It's sand sitting underneath some water.
We're getting into chemistry.
So it's not dissolved in. It's just in the same container.
But if you took a scoop of salt water and you took a scoop of water, is salt water like H2O Na or something? Is it actually molecularly
you're literally
bonded?
getting into chemistry right there.
Or is it salt in H2O?
Chemical name for salt water.
I always thought
sodium chloride is salt water.
Sodium fluoride?
Sodium chloride. Saline water, more commonly known as salt water, is water that contains a high concentration of dissolved salts, mostly sodium chloride.
Is there?
Oh, sorry, it's called saline water. Sorry, sodium chloride is the thing that is mixed into water to make it saline.
So is there a chemical
Yeah, give me one second.
compound for saline?
Saline.
You guys
NaCl in
Okay.
solution is what it's called.
I should have known
So
that.
NaCl is sodium chloride, and then NaCl in dilution is saline or salt water.
So the H2O actually binds with the salt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if you take sugar and you dissolve it in water and you don't do anything, the sugar will then come back out. Don't look at me like that. There's a whole candy based around it.
What is the thing called? I can't. There's a word for it. Emulsion. You're thinking of emulsion versus dissolution. So an emulsifier is something. So like, you know, like your oil-based salad dressings where everything like separates out and then you stick it together. What you're doing is creating an emulsion where everything is like evenly distributed, but it's not actually dissolved into a single thing.
So sugar
that's
water
emulsion. Sugar water is an emulsion.
See?
Whereas salt water is a solution.
So sand water is an emulsion.
That is an emulsion because if you shake it up, you'll get like particles sort of throughout the whole thing until it resettles.
Thank
Cam
you.
said sugar is a solution. Sugar water is a solution.
I think it's an emulsion. Because with no force acting upon it, it will re-solidify into its separate things.
But our sugar, if we just leave a can of sugar water in the
it just needs a...
Will sugar separate from water? Through distillation, it can. Sorry, the easiest way is through distillation, which is boiling the water off. Which is the same way you get rid of salt from water. Maybe it is a solution. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, but you take a stick, you put it in there, and fucking rock candy appears.
What'd you say?
Freaking rock candy appears. Ow! Don't beat me.
Did he say an F word?
He did.
Nobody heard it.
I honestly didn't, but I'm so ear blind to swear words. I probably said one today.
I haven't heard you say one.
So just catching up on chat. Don't pee in my bathwater and tell me it's diluted. Let's see.
Did you see his comment
saltwater
right below
brine isn't brine. Oh, saltwater's called brine too. Brad says that's the dirt you see. Sand doesn't dissolve. Yeah, it's not dissolved in, but it would be an emulsion of sand plus water.
So I just say, like, if you can add more water and the opportunity available for you to get a part
Yeah, so
of
you're talking about just probability at that point.
Yes.
So which is a completely different thing, but
Still
it's
doesn't
like
dissolve.
raffles.
So
It's like sand is the winning raffle ticket, and the more people that buy tickets, the less likely your number is going to get called.
yeah, so like the difference is like if the sand sits at the bottom of the container, the pee it becomes part of pee water. So it's like your pee is evenly distributed, so
Yeah.
you have a 100% chance of getting a little bit of pee every drink. Whereas the sand is like you have a basically no % chance of getting any sand until you're at the bottom of the cup.
That's true. But
So
yeah,
your probabilities like goes from everybody gets a little itty bitty bit, but it's a 100% chance to one person gets all of it and it's a very small chance. So it's just different ends of this spectrum.
so for as in like, you know, diluted.
Why are we talking about sand and pee water?
I don't know how we
That's
got
not what I
here.
wanted to do today.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
I don't know. I just
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 slots we need to put on
How
here.
did we get here? I want to know. Oh my gosh.
All right, so I think
make one of the spots free spin.
like do over.
Yeah. And you can make one of the spots just a dud. Nothing happens.
Just bankrupt. It takes away all their tangent crystals.
I don't know how to do that.
Dang it.
I only know how to refund tangent crystals, which I do every time somebody redeems a mute Jeremy.
You are so funny.
I give them their tangent crystals back.
That is so funny.
Oh, that's hilarious. You could have give somebody the ability to change the color of the lights. Or like choose the colors.
That makes work for me. I want something that just makes it bad for you.
The truth shall set you free, Chris.
I don't think that I'd ever disguised that fact. This is all about ruining your lives.
Oh,
We come
Brad
up with a
just
couple
says,
other things that we can put that up there, and you can sort of see what's going on. Then,
Brad did say you can only refund crystals.
yep.
Let's see. What could be another good one? We could put the IMDb game on there.
Okay.
Even though it's like you can redeem it. What are other ones that like...
Or no, just do the movie review. Kara has to whip out a movie review.
I mean, you could do that.
You better start getting some movie reviews ready. You need a little booklet. You can be like, whoosh. Or you could, I got it. I got it.
How about charades?
No, that could be
charades
fun.
could be fun.
I got one too, though, if we still need more. Kara will make an emote of your choice. It might not end up on the channel, but you get an emote.
I could try.
So you could ask for Ugug McBaldy's bald head. Or his stick. Could you draw Ugug McBaldy's stick?
Can I add it to the front of his butt? I'm just kidding.
All right, come and take this from me, Jeremy.
All right.
Is it full?
It's now full of stuff.
Hot dang.
So the 2 blue ones ended up being games. The 2 purple ones ended up being something that Kara has to do.
Are there any that Jeremy specifically has to do?
Yeah, both of you each have a walk on Legos thing.
That's it for Jeremy?
Yep.
What? Yeah, but
So
your things aren't bad. You have to do a movie review or make a custom
But
emote.
everybody knows I'm horrible at that kind of stuff. Are we doing any spins tonight, or what are we doing?
Yeah, let's do one. Why don't you set it up on like the coffee table or something?
I'm scared.
Okay, should I give her a spin?
Yeah, is there? Yeah. It's in the wide.
No, I meant the.
Lego locked for Kara. I'll help. Hold on.
Wait, are we seriously doing this?
Let's do it.
You guys
Put it on the Star Wars rug.
I hate every single one of you. Jeremy stopped it.
It's not as redeemable yet. Okay.
I love how Jeremy's all gleeful about this.
Oh, that's already built.
Just we have something. We have. You know what I should have had you grab, Dave? Is that box of just random Legos I have down at the. It's at the other studio.
I'll find something.
Cam's excited. Lego walk.
15 minutes. I'm not gonna make it down there back in time to do it.
Hold on. I have the Chris Perillo emote for walking on Legos.
I'll grab a new set for Kara.
You guys are way too excited about this.
Well, so here's the thing. It didn't matter what it was for me. I'm just excited that it's happening. All right, so I'm going to go to viewer rewards, channel points, manage rewards and challenges.
I like how Chris Perillo only walks on Legos if he reaches X amount of subs.
Yeah, well, he's way cooler than us is a problem. Add a new custom reward. Spin the wheel of mystical fortune. Spin the wheel and see what happens. How much we want to make this? Like 2,500 points?
Jeremy is literally just. Weren't we saving that one to sell?
No.
We already built that set.
All right, it should be live now.
We probably were. My
Right up on
husband
the-
is an ape man.
Right up on the rug there.
On the rug?
Yeah.
Star Wars rug?
Yeah.
I hate everyone. Jeremy's smirking like a friggin' moron over there.
Is that good, or do do one more bag?
That's fine.
Do you do one more bag?
What is wrong
Do the
with
whole
you? Jeremy, don't.
Yeah, whole kit, whole kit, whole kit, whole kit. There's no one else here chanting with me. Whole kit,
Whole kit.
whole kit.
Make it more fun to put it, more challenging to put it together.
I'm not putting it together.
You have to build it with your feet, too.
People would probably pay for that.
Nobody wants to buy it after I walk on
Xanth
it.
Althor says, I could sell it from her now that she's walking on it.
I'm saying. All right, Kara.
Do you want to take the
You
fig out?
don't
I can see her
sound so
looking right
happy.
there.
I feel like I want to chuck my shoes at you.
Do you want to take the fig out or no? Because I can see the Laku right there.
Oh, we don't want to crush the Laku. Oh, yeah.
I would prefer to not step on that. The one thing that could literally puncture my foot.
Imagine, so you wouldn't have to go into work if you had a damaged foot. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
I don't need my feet to work, Chris.
She doesn't need her feet.
What kind of dentist office do you work at?
I'm not sticking my feet up in their face.
All right.
Let me clean your teeth now.
Okay, go for it, Kara.
Why are you so happy?
Because this is hilarious.
Shut
It's
up.
not him.
We'll spin it again.
If it lands on Kara walks on Lego again, I'm not doing it. I don't want to crush the helmet either.
You get to role play as
Nice catch.
you get to role play as Marv from Home Alone.
I hate everyone. Everyone sucks. I don't want to do this.
You can do it. I believe in you. It's really short. You're fine.
It's short. You're not even in any pain.
You do it then.
We'll spin the wheel. Let's see what happens.
You guys suck.
How did that feel?
It hurt.
Did it?
You didn't make as big a show of it as Chris Perillo does.
No. If it lands on that again, I'm not doing it.
IMDb game.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the IMDb game. For those of you who are unfamiliar, the way the game works is that name an actor or actress, and we'll use IMDb. Sorry, name an actor or actress, and just your job is to determine through IMDb whether or not they have appeared in more or fewer films than screen legend Sean Connery. So because we had nobody suggest, I'll suggest somebody. Do you guys know who Jeffrey Rush is?
I do not.
He was Barbosa in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, I know who he is.
So Jeffrey Rush.
He's been in quite a bit.
Has Jeffrey Rush appeared in more films or fewer films
Less
than
films.
screen legend Sean
I'm gonna go
Connery?
with more.
So IMDb.
Yeah.
So we're going based on the number of credited acting appearances on IMDb.
I'm going with more.
Less. If I'm right, I
Francis?
won't walk. If I'm wrong, I'll walk.
And you're saying he's been in.
I said more.
You said less.
Yep.
Jeremy is. Oh, let's wait for the Judi Dench. We'll do Judi Dench after this. We'll do a double shot. So Cam says less. Xanth Althor says less. Jeremy says less. Kara says he's appeared in more.
Yeah.
You're going less. Ryan. Jeffrey Rush.
Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean.
More. He has appeared in fewer things than
Woo!
Sean
I don't have to
Connery.
walk.
Congratulations. All right, so Judi Dench. We're just going right into it. Judi Dench.
I just walked on Legos.
Did somebody redeem that?
No.
No, that was the penalty for being wrong.
Oh.
Okay, Judi Dench. Has she appeared in more things or fewer things than screen legend Sean Connery?
More things.
I'm going with fewer this time.
You freaking what, mate?
More, Ryan?
David's over there looking it up on his computer.
All right, Cam says more. Brad says less. Xanth Althor says less. And you said more. And you said less.
Fewer.
Judi Dench has appeared in more films than Sean Connery.
Kara's wrong again. Oh, right in the thigh.
What is this?
Leg.
What did you say?
He said thigh.
Oh.
I didn't see where it
This is a
hit.
shin.
I didn't see where it hit.
I appreciate that.
I aim exclusively for the face.
You know, I feel like walking on some Legos.
You're so funny. You're a troglodyte. Take your socks off if you're gonna do it. I did. I took my socks off.
Yeah, and that's protection. You have to take your socks off. It's the rule.
If you walk, you have to take your socks off.
These are office socks.
So you have to take your socks off.
Nobody can see it.
People want to see Harry's toes.
You have to take your socks off.
It literally is a
Mine
layer
are
of
thin
protection. It
socks.
will feel completely different.
It will.
You didn't take your socks.
She did. She absolutely did.
You didn't see me over here barefoot. Oh, I clean people's teeth with my feet.
I didn't think you wore socks tonight.
I did wear socks. So why are you saying I didn't take my socks off, Jeremy?
They're all over the place. Why do you not squeal a little bit?
I don't want to give you the satisfaction.
Apparently not.
Kara is a stone cold assassin.
Also, I birthed a child, so nothing will be as painful as that.
I pour
Funny.
Appa socks. That's true. I think there's
Brad,
a hole in my
you
foot.
are right. His first word will be troglodyte.
Oops.
He'll look at Jeremy and be like, troglodyte.
Trog.
And then I'm going to try and guide it into Trogdor.
Thirst mutilator?
What? A Brondo.
Xanth said, well, there goes the value of the build.
He doesn't want it
Trodden on
anymore.
by two people.
We'll wash it and I'll walk on it again.
Oh my goodness. Well, I love the wheel.
We are not going to reenact the wheel this time. I just want to do it at home.
We don't have candy to give us anyways, so.
Lego walk for Kara.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Lego walk for Kara is what it literally landed
You
on.
literally just said we're not doing
I
that.
know, but I think
Yeah.
it's funny.
I think it's weighted. It is weighted somehow.
What's the one before?
He has the IMDb game around it.
No.
Revenge Nerf gun.
So that you could shoot Dave or I with a Nerf gun.
Where's Kara walking on Lego? Oh, it's up.
It almost landed on it again.
It's
What? No, it's at the bottom right-hand corner.
It went by and then thought about it.
That's the whole.
and then kept
point.
going. But it thought about it. That's the thing. You guys don't realize the wheel is sentient.
Is it though? Is it? I love how this is basically her Rebels Leku.
All right, cool. Yeah, so it does work. If you,
Oh,
I redeemed it. So
Guys. It was 2 away from Lego Karawak.
it's only 16 wide. It's only gonna ever be 7 away at most.
It was Kara.
what is it this time?
Kara movie review.
Oh,
Kara movie review.
Lord of the Rings best. Lord of the Rings and Star Wars best movies ever. Watch them.
Oh,
You gotta
so
do
okay,
more
you guys,
in-depth
do you want to talk about the Dark Knight then,
The Dark Knight.
or the whatever the Batman movie?
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah, well, just keep it spoiler free.
It was very long, and there were. It was long. I thought it was a good amount of time. There were. I was never
Reviewed
bored.
a movie before?
No.
You sound like someone giving a book report about a book they didn't read. It was very long.
I'm trying to think of what to say without ruining anything for
It
you.
had pages.
It's easy.
The dust cover came off of the book.
No, so it's good. It's really long. I don't want to spoil anything for Chris.
No, here's what you can talk about. So we've had different types of Batmans, right? We've had like
I think that'd be Batman.
Adam West Batman, comical, just completely crazy. Val Kilmer still over the top with over the top villains. You come back to this one and you get a nice. This is the most plausible real world for villains I've seen yet, and it was a breath of fresh air. I feel like they followed.
A breath of fresh air.
I feel like they've followed a very traditional
Where's my fresh air?
formula for making just a suspense movie. It wasn't. It didn't like make you think too much. It was just enjoyable action. The other thing too is I can't stand in the last trilogy how Batman's like Batman needs to end in the Dark Knight. Like towards the end, he's like needs to end. Oh, you know, it's like he doesn't want to even be Batman anymore. And it just puts a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth for the character because it's like you do want to see Batman. So it was nice just to see like Batman ready to fight crime, do his thing on the streets. Robert Pattinson did an excellent job. I thought.
Brad said this is just like watching Justin review movies.
I am not. See, Jeremy's the talker and like comes up with crazy random stuff.
That's why it's funny for you to have to do the review.
Well, I was just trying to say things, and Jeremy's like, "No, this is how it's done. Let me mansplain."
Yeah, Jeremy, get your soggy butt cheeks out of here.
Well, Kara was so worried that she's going to spoil something. There's a lot you can say without spoiling the movie.
Well, no, I was just gonna. It's a long movie, but it didn't feel too long. There were parts that, yeah, I think they could have cut out, and it would have been fine, and you wouldn't have missed anything. But
So here's why length is such a big deal. The movie,
Says the man.
the movie comes in at just under 3 hours, like 2 hours 56 minutes. It flew by, right? You're saying length isn't a bad thing. It flew by, but the deal is, we literally thought between the way that they were filming and the cuts that the movie was going to end, and the internet went out. And so when the internet booted back up and we went back and we hit play again, there was still an additional 45 minutes remaining.
this is as long as a Lord of the Rings movie.
It was overwhelming to see how much movie was still left because of like what they had done. They
You just
literally
watch it on HBO Max or something? Or?
Yes. Yep. There is 2 movies into one movie, to be perfectly honest.
yeah.
There truly is 2 movies pushed into one. So if you've got...
What did you think of Robert Pattinson as Batman?
He's not my favorite Batman, but he was good as Batman. I had a hard time seeing him as Bruce Wayne. I think that's what a lot of people have said, and I definitely see it.
I actually agree with Kara 1,000,000,000% on that one. He is great as Batman.
He's just too emo to be Bruce Wayne to me. Like the way they have him portrayed and everything, like he's this really like emo, mopey, just like...
You don't think a man who decided to dedicate his life to living in a cave and fighting crime at night is not emo?
But you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not the rich boy type thing. He's just really...
I feel like he gets played as almost like Tony Starkish a lot, and I think that that's too close.
I would compare his character this time closer to Anakin. Just kind of whiny almost.
What's his sand take?
He doesn't wash the makeup away after a lot
So
of
yeah,
time.
he's always got these black rings around his eyes.
So he
and
goes
like,
out in public and his hair, he looks like My Chemical Romance or whatever. For real, and he's got like, but he's still got the black right around his eyes.
and his hair is like kind of long, you know, like that emo length. When it's always kind of greasy and stringy,
Covering
and,
one eye.
Yeah, so it's just like
I don't know. I kind of
I
like
chimed in. Haven't you been hit by a batarang?
So Keith has said that this is his favorite Batman.
really.
And he is the Batman aficionado.
I like
The
the movie a lot.
Bat-aficionado.
So he was good as Batman, right?
Yeah.
How does Keith feel about his Bruce Wayne? I'm
No,
just kidding.
he really, because he's like, what he said is like, it was the most realistic interpretation of what would happen to a person trying to be Batman.
I agree with that, and that was like I said, the villains weren't over the top. It felt like the most plausible scenario if it were to ever come to fruition,
Interesting.
and that's what was nice. It was very refreshing because he
Yeah.
wasn't sitting there going, "Oh, I can't be bad. I shouldn't do this."
Yeah, so Brad said Batman is a detective in many of the comics, so it was like a throwback to that. I thought it had the worst Alfred ever. Wasn't it Andy Serkis?
It is Andy Serkis.
Was he like, my precious Batman?
I liked him.
I didn't mind him as Alfred, but Michael Caine is I think my favorite.
It said that
Alfred.
he was a young Batman. It's only like year 2 or 3 of him wearing the mask. I don't think he's going to work as an older Batman, though. Okay. Also, the worst Lieutenant Gordon. So he's only Lieutenant Gordon now. He hasn't become Commissioner Gordon yet.
He's still Lieutenant Gordon. Yeah.
Okay. Who played him in this one?
It's a guy who played in Westworld. I don't
Bernard in Westworld.
know. Bernard in Westworld.
I don't have HBO, so I don't get to see any of these premium
It's-
shows.
But anyways, the actor in real life was a douche to one of my coworkers.
Yeah.
She worked on Westworld, and he came up to her and started yelling at her because she didn't know like the script schedule or something. And then like he took off. So I always like associate with that actor in my mind.
I mean, he was just had one bad day. Oh, whoops. IMDb's off now.
Let's see. It is
We're talking about movies though. It's
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah. Apparently he was Jeffrey Wrong to Jeremy's coworker.
probably- Yep. He
Yeah.
was.
Let's see what else would he have been in that you may have known him.
How do you spell Jeffrey?
No, he
for
was
him?
in No Time to Die, the new James Bond.
I have not seen it.
He's one of the agents. He's the American equivalent to.
Is he in the French Dispatch?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen? You have not seen that.
What? No, I just IMDb'd him, and that's the first thing that popped up.
Got it.
I was looking for him. He looks like a scowly man.
Yep. He's in the Hunger Games. He's Beetee in the Hunger Games.
I haven't seen the. Excuse me, I haven't seen the Hunger Games. He's in Asteroid City.
He's in Quantum Solace.
Penguin
Solace?
was dope. Brad said Penguin was dope.
He was. I still cannot believe that was Colin Farrell. Like,
Spoiler.
well, no, I saw an article a few days back that showed him getting into costume.
Okay.
It's actually,
Brad said there's 2 other characters he doesn't want to spoil, and I kind of want to say one of the actors. Actually, a big problem I had, but I don't. Can I say an actor without spoiling the character that actor plays?
if you find a way
you
to
won't
do so, that's
unsee
fine.
it. Leave it alone. See if he knows who it is.
Oh, he'll know who it is.
The actor?
Just leave it.
Yes.
Is it
Just leave it.
Jeffrey Donovan?
No,
No. It's
no. I want to say
Is
it.
it Jeff Goldblum?
No, don't say who it is. Don't say who it is. Because once we identified it, I could not unsee it, and it ruined the character a little bit for me.
Well, that's not my fault. That's the casting.
So we're not going to
director's fault.
tell Chris, and we're going to let him
Oh,
just.
no, Chris is going to know because it's one of Chris's favorite TV shows.
Well,
of all
we'll
time.
just let him watch
What's
it.
the TV show?
Monk.
Oh, really? He's in it?
Yeah.
Or no, is it Stottlemyre?
Nope.
So is it actually the guy who played Monk, whatever his name is?
No, but it's his brother.
Oh, really?
His brother is a big character in the new Batman movie.
Interesting.
It's going to ruin it.
I can't.
As long as he's not like Poison Ivy, I think it'll be fine.
But what's Adrian Monk's brother's name?
What is
Ambrose.
his name?
Ambrose.
Have you seen Monk? I didn't
Kara
really-
loves
Yeah.
Monk.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
love Monk. It's very good. I've seen it all a few times.
Kara, do a movie
Every
review
couple
on
of years I
Monk to
rewatch
wrap
it. It's
this
so
up.
good. It's
A movie review on Monk. It's not a movie. And how do you review Monk? It's hilarious. It's awesome. Watch it.
he's the defective detective.
There you
oh,
go.
here, Jeremy, this needs to be on the. That's about as well as that could have turned out, to be
Yes.
completely honest.
Anyway,
You want it? You want the logo to be sideways?
Monk is awesome.
Oh, it doesn't spin with it.
No.
my gosh.
Would you be happy or unhappy if they remade Monk?
No, leave it alone.
Leave it
it's perfect
be.
that is.
That stinks.
Yes, it does. I apologize. Well, wrap this up,
Jeremy
Chris.
bent forward and farted. Just a little.
Those Legos are dropping in value real fast.
Brad said I didn't believe any of the Andy Serkis scenes where he tried to show emotion. Cam says Monk is awesome. So, I think what we should do is one more Garfield minus Garfield.
I can't even read this one.
I think my toes are jealous of my fingers because they get to point at things.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we should raid somebody tonight. Who are we raiding tonight?
I don't know. Who's on?
Who is on? Where's the raid?
For me, it's just King's Creations, Chris Perillo, and us.
We could raid Ryan. He's always on.
Can you look for a Star Wars podcast, like Star Wars?
Yeah, give me 1 second. You guys talk about something interesting for like 2 minutes.
Did that guy talk about Star Wars?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look up Star Wars.
There's this person, Sith Lord _ Brit. It looks like they're making making cosplay, Star Wars cosplay.
Raid them. Raid them.
They actually follow Chris Perillo as well. So
Sith Lord _ Brit.
Let's raid her.
Sith Lord _ BRITT. Hey,
Yep.
there it is.
All right, we're gonna raid them.
Cool. So I'm gonna hit start raid.
I wish we could just spam chat with.
So the raid will be ready in 10 seconds. So I'm just before we get out of here, I just want to say thank you everybody for watching. If you're listening to the audio only version of the podcast, I apologize again. Now that we have the wheel, it's going to be even more annoying because you're not going to see what's going on. But maybe check us out live on Twitch on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Central, twitch.tv/Rise of the Podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for checking us out in the highest quality form that we are released in. Maybe you should jump over to Twitch and check us out too. But if you want to, you can always go to youtube.com/Rise of the Podcast and check out old episodes there and maybe clips or highlights or other videos. We're still trying to figure out what we're doing over there. If you're watching, don't forget to like the video, comment with any of your feelings on there. We'd like to engage with people about these topics more as we move forward. And of course, ring the notification bell to be notified every time we upload a new video. Overall, thank you all so much for watching, and of course,
May the Force be with you.